My name is Valerie Robertson, and I'm from Tacoma, Washington, at Tacoma Community College, and I am the Dean of Student Development. I was a student. Back in 1987, and I was at the college, I think, for maybe a year, and I took a part-time job at the college, and I was still a student, and so I continued to be a student the whole time. I've been at the college now for 23 years. And since that time, I've gotten 2 associate's degrees, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and I'm currently in a PhD program. I think early on, a struggle that I see in the community college that I am, which is in a very urban setting, is preparation coming in from the high school. And so preparation as far as where the students start exactly, really struggling. I think once they get to the college, and I think those first 1 or 2 quarters, students tend to struggle trying to find their way around. We provide as much information as we can as far as orientation goes, college success class, and advising new student, orientation, welcome week. We do as much as we can as far as putting information out for the students. But I think it may be overwhelming, because students still seem to struggle. Some are fine, so it's not the majority, but there's still a number that struggle. A lot of times students come in and they're still struggling with financial aid issues, so I'm trying to work those things out. One of the programs under my area of responsibility is a TRIO program, and TRIO's great for providing advising and different support services for students, including working under financial aid, developing educational plans. We have tutoring, we have computing resources. The problem with that is we're only funded to serve a certain number of students, and that tends to not be enough to serve everyone, We see certain students, And so I think for the students who don't have access to those type of services, they kind of end up just filling their way through. And not everybody's able to do that. And so I think sometimes college can be overwhelming. There's a lot of information coming at you very fast. And we have students who are coming in fresh out of high school. We're very used to that high school environment. And so they come in kind of expecting to see that, and it's not. It's a very adult situation. We have a number of students who are returning adults. And they come in, and this is a totally different environment. For whatever reason, they're returning because they lost their job, some other life-changing event happened to them, and they come into college. In some cases, college was not an option when they finished high school, so they have to move when they arrive on that campus as to what to do with this situation. And so I think our students, yes, in some cases they struggle, and I hate to say this, but sometimes only the strong survive, and sometimes some will come in and they'll struggle a lot, and they'll persist, and they'll end up being fine. Some come in, they'll struggle a lot, and they don't persist, and they end up leaving, sometimes for a quarter, a couple of quarters, or even a year. And some come back, and when they come back, for some reason, they've gathered enough information and just been able to process it a little bit better, and they do better. But unfortunately, our students do struggle the first time. I think that we all strive for it, and we're always wanting to get our numbers of completions, and we want there to be equity in those numbers, so everybody's finishing. We're always striving for that. I think strategies that we look at for students of color, underrepresented populations, different color, socioeconomic status, different abilities, I think always, having a goal in mind, different strategies in mind, trying to reach as many students as we can, so that we do have that equity of access, and guess what, equity of completion. And the folks walking across that stage represent that. They represent our student population. So I always strive to do that. I think at our college, I think we have a great, administrative team, top-down approach, and folks are interested and in the same thing. And so we all are striving for that all the time. All of our strategies, different things that we do on the college, everybody's looking at that. One of the things that we're working on right now is trying to figure out a way to implement cultural competency training for our campus. It's huge right now. It's huge. And so trying to work on that, and it's interesting. It's a team approach. It's collaborative. You know what I mean? And it's coming down from the top. And I think that's important. When people hear that message, they hear the new strategy, that it comes from the top. So we know that we're not paying just lip service to it. Everybody's involved. Everybody's invested in it. And so trying to get everybody, on the same page, thinking about the same things, and moving forward. So I think that that's what contributes to equity of access, equity of completion on our campus. I was involved from the start. I was on the core team when it came to our campus back in 2005, 2006. And for us, it put some structure, in place for us. I think that we had a lot of strategies going on. I think building that culture of evidence helped us to really zero in, to really look at how those strategies were working. It also gave us something to work for. So Treatment and Dream came on our campus, did a lot of great things for us, helped us focus, helped us get some realistic goals, things that we could really work on. And it also helped us with our funding as far as the different strategies we had. And so we were able to really look at our data, look at those areas that were the worst off, to say, lack of a better term, the worst off, and then really put some funding behind those areas. And we've had some success, great success. The Achievement Dream was a great thing for us, for our campus, and I'm proud to say that. I think the work that they do, when you're talking about that equity agenda, this is like the best thing going. This is what's going to push the page. This is what's going to get us there. So yes, I think Achievement Dream is a great thing. It's been a great thing for our college. Need these things. So I think the first thing is academic advising is important. The TRIO model is a developmental advising model. And so we look at the whole student. We do a needs assessment. We start there. So getting everything out. What are your issues? We go back to high school. What type of a high school student are you? Figure out if the issue started there, but get all the issues out on the table. Is it an advising issue? Is it a financial aid issue? Is it some personal things, child care, transportation? Exactly what are the issues? Get those things out on the table. And then you go from there as far as mapping a plan for the student. One thing that we strive for at TRIO is that when they come to our area, by the time when we have educational plan again, financial aid issues are worked out. Other issues, there's strategies to help the students work on those things. If it's a counseling issue, we flip them up with counseling. So they have a plan. And then our model is that we check in on the students. So every time we see them, we have this checklist. We have a copy of it too. And we're asking the student, okay, when we talked last, you had this, we talked about this strategy. Did you do that? How did it go? And you don't penalize the student. So if they weren't able to follow through that time, maybe this next time you can do it. And so it's that constant engagement with the student, trying to figure out what the issues are, working on those issues to help them stay in school. TRIO success rate is in the 90%. Yes. Unfortunately, we can only serve a small number of students, but it's very focused, just really drilled down into the problems that the students have, and then working on those things one step at a time to get the students there. Okay, so when I think about a struggling student, I think, first of all, follow the steps, enroll as best as you can, and if you have issues, get some help. Go to advising, you go to counseling, start at emotions counseling. Let's go slow, but get some help. Ask the questions, do not give up, and don't just walk.